Guys, welcome back. This is gonna be products that I wouldn't repurchase, crap products, whatever you want to call them. It's just the title. I don't mean anything by it. I don't want to offend anybody, but that's how people look up this kind of videos, and that's why the title is like that. If you have any products of this, the ones that I'm about to share with you in your collection and you love them, you think they're amazing and they go with the kind of makeup that you love, please don't take offense on this. I'm just sharing with you the things that didn't work for me. And if I watch a video, because I love to watch this kind of videos, and let's say I'm watching, I don't know, Emily Noel 83, and she says, you know what, the worst foundation I've tried ever in my life, it was the MAC Pro Longwear. I'd be like, okay, it didn't work for her, because I'm not gonna go to my collection and get my MAC Pro Longwear one and throw it in the garbage. That's not what I'm expecting with this kind of videos either. I'm not saying that if you have these products you should throw them away. I'm just saying that they didn't work for me, and hopefully they do work for you, so they're gonna be worth your money. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. There are a couple of things that I have written down here because I don't have them anymore. These first two products were so bad that I decided that I wanted to go back to the drugstore and return them. And it wasn't just like a first impression kind of thing. I tried these products for like a week. I tried them mixing with different products, but I just realized that it wasn't worth it. I couldn't get the look that I wanted, and that I rather, exchange it for something else that I knew I was gonna use, instead of just kind of hoard it or save it in one of my drawers thinking that in the future it's gonna work for me when I know it's not working right now. So the first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I have a first impression on it. If you want to check it out, it will be up here. Now the title says matte and poreless, or the name says matte and poreless. I mean, the pores, yeah, it was kind of okay, but the matte, it didn't work for me. It made me oilier than any other foundations that I've tried. So that is coming from me with a combination skin. I know people that have oily skin and they love it. So I don't know what it comes down to kind of define if it's gonna give you oiliness or not. Or I don't know if that people doesn't care that, they have to touch up even, often. But I find that I have foundations that I don't really have to touch up, or I have to do it once a day. And with this foundation, I feel like I have to check myself in the mirror every couple of hours because it didn't work. Now, if you want to see it in action, I'll link the video up here, so remember to check it out if you care to know my experience and kind of see it in a video. Now the second product is by Maybelline, and it's called the Face Studio Master Concealer, and that one was a fail too. It just didn't work for me. It didn't cover my dark circles, and I know there's a lot of people that love that concealer. I understand that. I don't know if it is because of the undertones of my dark circles or what it is, but it just doesn't work for me. So I tried it. I tried to mix it with different products. I tried to mix it with different things, but it just didn't work. So I ended up returning it because I didn't want to keep something that I knew I wasn't going to use. So yeah, my experience with that product was kind of bad. Once again, if you want to see it in action, please check the video. It will be up here. Now, the next product is something that I already have here, and I was saving for this video, at least the first one I was. This is the Hello Lashes mascara by IT Cosmetics. I love IT Cosmetics, but this mascara doesn't work for me. It's probably because the bristles are kind of separated, and they have a big gap in between them for my lashes. Maybe it's not a big gap for yours, but for mine it's just too big. So I have to find different angles to apply the mascara, and that makes it so much harder, or it takes me so much time just to get one eye done. Now, I never like the look. I never like how my lashes end up looking, and it takes about 5 coats, so I'm not gonna spend my time applying this mascara when I have other drugstore mascaras that do work and that I don't have to spend that much time with. The next one is also by IT Cosmetics. This is the Tightline Full Lash Length 3-in-1 eyeliner, primer, and mascara. You are promising me that you're gonna be able to do 3 things in one, which is one of the reasons why I usually don't buy things that promise to do more than one thing, because I don't think that they can handle it. I mean, there are some products that people love and they find that they can get the 3 things or whatever many things they have or they promise. But in my case, I've never found anything. I keep looking for things that have more than one use for, and I just can't find it. So this mascara, going back to it, I can use it in my lower lashes because it's a really tiny wand, but I can't really tight line with this. It doesn't work for me. And it also, I feel like as a primer, it doesn't work. It doesn't make a difference underneath any mascara. So yes, it is a nice bottom lash mascara, but I rather, you know, use the Clinique one. I feel like that one smudges less. It's easier to apply, and I like the formula better because it's darker than this one. This is more of a charcoal color for me anyway, but it's not as pigmented as the Clinique one. The next product is something that I also have a video on, so if you want to check it out, will be linked up here as well. This is the Smashbox New Photo Finish Primer Oil. This is an oil and this is skincare. I think the primer thing, it's kind of an extra here, unless they would have put something for normal to dry skin. So if you are oily skin and you're still curious, you can purchase it and try it. But saying that this is for all skin types, I don't think it's right, because I have combo skin and I had oiliness coming out of my under eye, which is dry. So I didn't care for it. I just couldn't do the 8-hour test. I had to finish at noon because it just didn't work for me. And as I mentioned before, if you want to check it out for yourself and see how my skin looked, will be linked up here. It's not that I don't get any oiliness when I use a regular primer. It's just that 20 minutes later, all the oils were coming out of my skin. And maybe if you have dry skin or if you have normal skin and you like that kind of look, maybe this is amazing for you. But for me, it's something that I never repurchase. Now the next product is a primer as well. This is the Mineral Wear Correcting Primer by Physicians Formula. This retails for $10.95. It has like the green part of the brush right here and then like pink one on the other side. Now I have a yellow undertone, so whenever I applied this underneath and then a really yellow foundation, the pink would always come through. And if you have a really strong yellow undertone, you know what I mean. It looks pink, and it's not that it's even darker, but my skin was pink and then the rest was yellow. So I didn't enjoy it, so I had to use it in a way that, you know, I had to apply just a little bit so the pink wouldn't show up as much. It was such, I don't know, it was a lot of work. I wouldn't repurchase it. I think that maybe if you have pink undertones or if you're lighter than me, maybe you want to try it, but I'd rather buy my Baby Skin by Maybelline. Oh, the Hard Candy one, that's a good one as well. So I'd rather buy any of those than this one that it's really expensive and it didn't work. Now the next product is something that it's more of a thing and not a brand. I have a couple of lipsticks by Too Faced, and they were in the collection from not this past Christmas but the one before, and they were amazing when I first got them. They really were, but I noticed that after maybe 3 months they started to change the consistency. The colors that I have is Naked Dolly and Spice Spice Baby. Now it says shimmering, so they do have shimmer in it. So I realized that after 3 or 4 months, the formula completely changed. So those are the color, the one down here and the one in the middle. So one of the things that I'm gonna start to do from now on is just skip the lipsticks that they have some kind of shimmer, because if you have a lot of lip products, then you know how hard it is to be on top of, you know, the expiration dates and everything. And I have other lipsticks by Too Faced that they don't have the shimmer, and the formula, it's perfect. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't smell bad. It does smell like cocoa, but I don't know, it's just that I feel like they're too drying. I can feel the little shimmer particles and I don't enjoy it. Now, and I'm saying it's more of a thing rather than a brand, because same thing happened with this lipstick by Milani. This is the color Chill Brandy, and it's a beautiful color. Maybe you can see that it's a metallic finish. I didn't know at the time. I just grabbed it and I didn't read the line that this lipstick is from, but once I tried it, I love the shimmer of this. But once again, it changed the consistency, and now it's very, very drying. So it's not matte, which is one of the new trends that I love. It's not matte because it does have shimmer and they show up. I mean, you can see them. It's a little bit gritty. They all are. So I guess the lesson learned with this is that for me, I'm not gonna get any more lipsticks with shimmer unless it's for a special occasion or the color is good enough that I'm gonna be able to use it on an everyday basis. These colors were just not the ones that I leaned towards, they just kind of got forgotten. And as I mentioned before, the formula completely changed. I mean, they're not bad yet, but they still smell good, but it's just, I learned my lesson. Now the next one is the Rimmel Just Let It Go Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. This is oil free, and I mentioned this in my empties. It takes a really long time to remove your eye makeup, and I left this little part here, or this little bit here, so you can see that it's more like water and not oil or anything like that. And I feel like this is water with soap. Like, you get a little bit of water and maybe some gentle soap, and then you get a cotton round and then try to scrub it off, you know, the makeup off your eyes. It takes forever and you have to really mess up with that area. It didn't irritate my eyes, but I had to use so much of it, and I had to rub my eyes so much that they were always red and sensitive after I used that makeup remover. So for me, it's not worth it. I know there's one by Target that I think the Up and Up brand that is really good, and it does remove all your makeup. It's not my favorite, but it's about the same amount of money of like this one, and it does a better job than this Rimmel one. So if you were thinking about getting a drugstore one, then that might be a good option. My favorite one is the Sephora brand eye makeup remover, and it's not as expensive as you would think. You can get a really small sample, maybe like this, for $8, and you just need the tiniest amount to remove your eye makeup. So if you want to try something really good, try that one from Sephora. So anyways, those are all the things that I wanted to mention today that they didn't work for me, or it was like a lesson learned for me and I need to avoid from now on. If you have any products that you want to share with me that didn't work for you recently, let me know in the comments down below. I'm always kind of curious to see what things you guys try, because like I try products, I do first impressions like I mentioned, and you know, kind of share with you how it looks throughout the day. And there are some other products that I use, you know, behind cameras and just review it for you guys. But I just feel like, you know, I just want to know what your experience is. How are you guys trying, and that it just doesn't work for you. So if you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos Monday through Fridays. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.